Hello, good morning students, and welcome back once again to another video for the class 10 light chapter. In the previous video we studied about the refractive index and the absolute refractive index. We also saw a few numericals and we saw how refraction of light works. That is that if it enters from a rarer medium to a denser medium, it bends towards the normal, and when it exits from a denser medium to a rarer medium, it bends away from the normal. It changes its path. We also saw an activity about the refraction of light through a glass slab. Now remember, that activity is important because refraction of light through a glass slab is asked in the board examinations many times, because it is one of the most important activity regarding the refraction. Okay? Now we move on to another important topic of the chapter, that is lenses. Just like we studied about the reflection of light and we saw mirrors, in the same way we are talking about lenses after studying refraction. And similar to the mirrors, that is concave and convex mirrors, now we are going to study about concave and convex lenses. Okay? But unlike from mirrors, lenses are of three different types. Okay, so if we talk about concave lens, if you remember, concave mirror, it is the mirror that has curved inside. So like this. Similarly, we have concave lens which have curved inside. Okay. But this is not just any normal concave lens, this is double concave lens. Double concave lens. Because the curve is on both the sides, not just one single side. Okay? And second one is plano concave lens. So one side is plane, it is called plano concave lens. And the last one is convexo-concave lens. So it is curved on both the sides, but in a different way. So this side it is convex and the other side is concave. So we write convexo-concave lens. Okay? Similar to this, we have convex lenses as well. So convex lens is like this. It is just like the mirrors, which is curved outwards, and this is called double convex lens because the curve is on both the sides. Then plano convex lens. So one side is plane, so it is called plano convex lens. And the last one, concavo-convex lens. So like this. Okay? So these are the types of lenses, but we are only going to focus on this, that is double concave and double convex lens. And for simplicity purpose, we are not going to speak double, we are just going to write concave lens and convex lenses. So instead of writing the full name every time, we are not going to mention double concave and double convex every time, just simple concave and convex lenses. Okay? Now obviously these lenses have similarities with the mirror. Okay? The types of mirror that we studied, that is concave and convex mirror. But there are a few differences. For example, in concave lens, this time, imagine a ray of light, beam of light parallel and approaching towards the lens. That is our concave lens. If you remember our concave mirror, which was like this, one side was curved, okay, of light were converging, that is getting together. But this time in concave lens, these rays of light after entering the lens, and now because in lens, which is a transparent medium, refraction takes place. In this case, reflection was taking place. Now in this case, refraction takes place, and therefore after reflection, the rays of light goes like this. What does this mean? That concave mirror was a converging mirror, but concave lens is a diverging lens. Diverging means it spreads out the rays of light. It does not converge, it does not bring them together, it spreads them. And that is why concave lens is a diverging lens. Okay? And if you remember, our convex mirror, this was the convex mirror. The shiny surface is on the left side and rough surface on the right side. And if you remember our convex mirror, when a beam of light was incident on it, it spreads the ray of light like this. Okay, which means that our convex mirror was a diverging mirror. It was a diverging mirror. This is converging and this is diverging. And convex mirror was a diverging mirror. But yes, you can already guess it. When the beam of light is incident on a convex lens, it brings them together after refraction and they all meet up at one single point. And now the convex lens is a converging lens. So you can see the similarity, students. Concave mirror is a diverging mirror, but concave mirror is a converging mirror, but concave lens is a diverging lens. Similarly, convex lens is a converging lens, but convex mirror is a diverging mirror. So the properties have been changed. In mirror, concave mirror was a converging mirror, but in lenses, concave lens is a diverging lens and convex lens is a converging lens. I hope it is clear to you, students. The properties of the mirrors have been reversed when it comes to lenses. Is it clear, students? Okay. Okay, students, so if you remember, in concave mirror and convex mirror, we called them spherical mirrors. Okay, they were part of an imaginary sphere. So same thing goes for the lenses as well. They are part of a spherical image. You can imagine that image inside and we can define some values just like we did for the mirrors. So if you remember, for a mirror we had a center of curvature, we had a focus point, we had a principal axis. So similarly, let's say that this is the principal axis passing to the center of the lens. Okay, same thing over here as well for the convex as well. This is concave and the bottom one is convex. One thing is still common, students. The mirror which was bulging outward was convex and the lens which is bulging outwards is convex. Same thing. The properties might be different, but the shape is the same. So that is how you can see the similarities between the two. Let's say that this is the part of a sphere, but as you can see, this is a double concave lens. So you have to imagine two spheres like this. And one sphere over here, the other one somewhere like this. And because there are two spheres, there are two centers. So one center over here and the other center over here as well. So there are two centers for the concave lens. Similarly, we have two centers for the convex lens as well. a convex lens. So imagine a sphere like this. So there is the center, this one, and the other sphere like this. Okay, and this one has a center as well. So they both have centers on both the sides, because the lens is a transparent medium as well, and because there are two curved surfaces, so there are two centers of curvatures. I hope it is clear to you, students. And similarly, if you imagine the rays of light, passing through it, okay, if you imagine the rays of light passing through it, then also it will be similar to the one that we saw in the mirror. In mirror we had 4 different rays of light to describe for the image formation, if you remember the rules. Okay, let's recap them once again. Let's say that this is a convex mirror, okay, and if one it is parallel, it will pass through focus, okay. If it is going to focus like this, it will become parallel, if you remember all the rules, okay. If a ray of light is parallel to the principal axis, it passes through focus. If it is passing on focus, then after reflection it will become parallel. At this point, pole point on the principal axis, it will create angle of incidence and reflect back and create angle of reflection, okay. And the last one was about the center of curvature. If you remember, a ray of light passing to center of curvature does not have any reflection, it goes back on the same path. So we had 4 points, you can see that video and remember. But for the lenses, we have only 3 to remember, okay, and that is good for us. So just like the mirror, imagine a ray of light parallel to the principal axis like this, okay, and when it refracts, because there is refraction now, no reflection, and this is a concave lens, and therefore it diverges, and so the ray of light diverges like this. So what happens is, it is not going to converge. So what we take? We take a rough virtual ray of light backwards, and this ray of light, wherever it points, that is our focus point. This is the center of curvature, this is the focus point. Similarly, when a ray of light is parallel on convex lens, which is parallel to the principal axis, now this is a converging lens, so this converges the ray of light, refracts and converges, and it passes through the principal axis like this, and the point where it passes is our focus point, and similarly this is the center of curvature. Now remember, students, because this is a lens, we have 2 centers of curvature, and therefore we have 2 focus points as well. So same thing goes over here as well. This is the center of curvature and this is the focus point. This center of curvature is also known as 2 times f. This is also known as 2 times f. Why? Because we know the distance. This is focal length and that is twice the focal length. So this is called f and that is called 2f. Similarly, over here this is f and this is 2f. Same thing, f and 2f. But in order to distinguish this, you can write this as f1 and 2f1, this one as f2 and 2f2. Same thing goes for this one as well, f1 and 2f1. This is f2 and 2f2. So from now onwards, when we are talking about lenses, for the center of curvature, we use f2 and 2f2. Similarly, f1 and 2f1. Same thing over here as well. We will get rid of this center of curvature. Okay, it is still center of curvature, but we call it f2 and 2f2. Okay. So the first case is done when the ray of light is parallel, it passes through focus, same as the mirrors. Similarly, now for the second case, students, let's say that the rays of light passing through focus. Okay, imagine a ray of light passing through focus like this. So what will happen? It will diverge and become parallel. So if it is incident directly on the lens like this and it passes through focus virtually, then it becomes parallel. So same thing over here as well. Let's say that the ray of light is passing through focus and incident on the lens, therefore it becomes parallel. I hope it is clear to you, students. The other thing is that if a ray of light passes through optical center, there is no change in the path of the ray of light. So let's say that the ray of light passes through optical center, then there is no change. Similar over here as well, if it passes through optical center, there is no change. I hope it is clear to you, students.